Everyone, and welcome to our July Hope Session. I am Heidi Parker. My pronouns are she, her. I am the Community Initiatives Manager here at the Arts and Healing Initiative, and I'm your Zoom host today. So this program is presented as part of our free Hope series, Healing Online for People Everywhere, which we created to support the resilience of our global community through social and emotional arts. Each workshop offers a supportive space for connection, healing, and empowerment as we navigate the changes in our world. If you have previously attended a Hope session, welcome back. And if you are new today, thank you for joining. We are grateful you are all here to create, learn, and grow together as a community. Today's program is in a meeting format, so please keep yourself muted until prompted otherwise. We are recording today's session in speaker view, and we pause during any reflection times, and that will be shared on our YouTube channel. So you are welcome to leave your cameras on as you feel comfortable. We'd love for you to actively participate. Our session today is scheduled for an hour and a half, and feel free to add questions in the chat as they arise, or you can use the raise hand function. So today we are also participating in Arts for Everybody. This is a project from One Nation, One Project across America. 18 cities are premiering large-scale participatory art projects, which take inspiration from the sounds, styles, and stories of their communities. These projects are created by a collection of artists, civic leaders, and community health providers, and they spotlight the proven health benefits of arts participation. So outside of those cities, people are gathering and making acts of art together. And so we are also doing that together as part of this Hope session. And we encourage you to post your art or any thoughts about this session on social media later today. And the hashtags are on the screen that you can use. Before we begin, we would like to start by acknowledging the Tongva Nation, on whose land the city of Los Angeles, where we are based, rests today. We hold respect and gratitude for the Tongva people who still consider themselves the caretakers of this land. And by their example, we are reminded of our responsibility to our planet and to one another. So let's take a moment in our own way to honor the Indigenous communities of past and present on whose land you are joining from today. And feel free to honor the communities where you're joining from in the chat as well. So I would like to welcome our today's presenter. Allison is a mental health advocate and practitioner specializing in drama therapy and its transformative power in healing and personal growth. She is the founder of Mama Drama Therapy, and she supports clients in navigating the challenges of parenthood and promoting emotional well-being. She is also a mental health group facilitator at Postpartum Support International and is an expressive arts group facilitator at the UCLA VA Veteran Family Wellbeing Center. She's currently pursuing a Master of Social Work from Capella University and is completing her RDT, Registered Drama Therapist credential. She's driven by a deep sense of compassion and a belief in the resilience of human spirit and is dedicated to creating spaces where individuals and families can heal, grow, and thrive. So thank you so much for being here today, Allison.
Thank you so much for having me. I feel honored. I would love if everyone would just take a moment to drop what a mountain symbolizes to you in the chat. I'd love to, so I invite you to do so. I'd love to see that. And as you start putting that in the chat, and I won't talk for a long time, I promise we'll get to what we want to do is connect and create art. But I wanted to share kind of just a little personal story very quickly when I was given the prompt Arts for Everybody and how I came to decide as mountains being the kind of symbol that we're going to use. During a personal conversation, that hit like this really hard moment of discomfort with a personal friend, I asked my counterpart to kind of deflected and asked him to share the first item that they set their eyes upon in the room that they were in. And they answered, the blank black screen of my TV. And then after a short pause, I asked if there could be anything on that screen that you could be looking at right now, what would it be? And they answered, the mountains. And so the mountains like opened up this further conversation about struggle, challenge, pride, and most importantly, hope. And so I kind of connected it to this series in my mind. I can't speak for all of the images that conjured in this person's mind during our conversation, obviously, but I was left with the beauty of a blank black TV screen. It had become a piece of art to me. And I'm going to try to share my screen and see if I can do that successfully, as I am always challenged by technology. Let me know. Can you see
Looks
that?
great.
Yeah, I did it. All right. Woohoo. Edgar Degas said that art is not what you see, but what you make others see. And this person on that blank black TV screen made me see mountains. And then I connected that to a quote from this apparel company that I had seen called Wicked Trail Running. And the quote was, we climb mountains for a better view of the other mountains that need climbing. So today, we will create and climb our own mountains so that we can make others see them as art. So I want to kind of move to the chat really quick and just see what's coming up for us. Would anyone like to share what a mountain symbolizes for them or the meaning behind it? Anyone want to just popcorn out? Colleen, if you're, will you unmute yourself? Yeah.
To me, the first thing that comes up is challenge. I just see this big mountain and I feel small at the bottom. So it's kind of the opposite of what you said, which was hope. So you saying that would give me a different view of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Heidi, do you unmute people? Oh, call in user?
Yep, they can unmute themselves. Perfect.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't see a name on the screen, but it does say call in user 1, and you have your hand
My
raised.
name is Laurel,
Hi,
and to me,
Laurel.
the mountain symbolizes endurance and stability and majesty.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. I see earth power, a challenging season of light, ups and downs, steady, consistent accomplishment, a deep sense of groundedness as well as spaciousness, awe, life, journey. These are all different things that we are taking from the mountains. So what kind of a mountain are you today? That's kind of my question to you today. Maybe just taking a moment to reflect on how you're feeling, where you're at today, whatever's going on in your life. What kind of a mountain are you today? And maybe naming that mountain. Today I am a mountain called, or maybe mount something, and putting that in the chat. Let's find out what mountain you are. Maria also put in the chat a combination of two powers colliding together to form one, like a partnership, relationship, bond, anything that builds up. Yeah. Okay, Orion Mountain. Would it, Mona, would you mind sharing, or would anyone like to share or talk about what mountain they are today? Mm. Someone also said, I am on a mountain of recovery. Let's see, what mountain am I today? I am, okay, there's a mountain of patience in the chat. I think I am going to be mount confidence because I'm trying to achieve a little bit more confidence in leading sessions online. I'm so used to doing them in person. So this is a challenge for me today in growing a little confidence in working with you all. As Stacy put in the chat, camped out at the bottom of the mountain, waiting to climb another day. Wow. That resonates with me. Yeah, yes, Colleen.
I'm feeling more equal to the mountain today. Usually I feel the mountain is bigger and I'm challenged by it, but today is my rest day. So I'm going to just rest near the mountain and I'll climb it tomorrow.
Wow, I like that. I get it. I also see in the chat a calm mountain after the rain. Oh, yes, I am such a pluviophile. I get that, the rain. Love it. Is there a mountain of reflection? Okay. I had this moment where I'm reflecting upon how all of these mountains, it's like kind of a cascade of mountains in my mind right now. And each mountain is something so different. You know, one is challenge and one is comfort is what I'm hearing. And it's, I guess it's colorful for lack of a better word, but that's what I'm feeling personally right now. Is there anyone else that would, maybe one more share with the mountain? If there's anyone who would like to. And if not, we can move forward. All right. So the next thing I'm going to say is I wanted to kind of just share a little quote from the National Endowment of the Arts, and I'm doing this because of the Arts for Everybody theme. Art can be anything and everywhere, and it is for everybody. And I am an adamant believer that everybody is an artist. I'll just read the quote. It goes, arts is everywhere, whether you know where to look or not. It's the design of your soda can, a cereal box, or the graphics of that video game your kid is currently obsessed with beating. It's the songs you sing in church or synagogue or at home, and the quilt your grandmother made you years ago. It's the MP3s you bop to on your way to work, and the books stacked on your bedside table. It is all art, and it affects our lives in ways both subtle and obvious, expected and unexpected. For the rest of the session, or during the center activity part here, I would really like to invite you to create a mountain or mountains of your own. I think one way could be to actually pick up some tangible items in your house, maybe take a walk around your house. Find a few things that you could stack or make a mountain with. And if you don't want to use tangible items or find them in your home and do it that way, you could always draw, paint, or construct a mountain with, your art supplies or materials. I really like to leave things kind of open-ended because I love to see the creativity and all of the ways that you interpret the prompt and come up with. The idea that I'm kind of inviting is to connect our current emotional state or whatever mountain you named, and then expand on it with words or with this image. And then we will eventually just reflect on it as a group for closure. So again, the question is, what kind of a mountain are you today? Where are you at? And let's spend 20 minutes looking for items, building our mountains, drawing our mountains, and then come back and share. How does that sound with everyone?
Mm-hmm.
Good? Okay, I love it. I love it. All right. If anyone needs like a minute longer or so, you can just like drop the request in the chat or pop in and let me know. But that was 20 minutes. I'm ready to move forward if you all are. I actually want to say that I was sitting here thinking about, my mountain and how I said mount confidence. And I don't mean to imply that I have all the confidence, trying to build the confidence, right? And I noticed that my mountain today, you all are on top of my mountain today. I'm in San Diego for Comic-Con with my family, and I don't have all of my normal equipment with me. And so I stacked plastic boxes and things and then set my computer on top of it. And that's my mountain, I realized, because I'm just making it work, right? I'm here in the moment, just going with the flow and being flexible. And you are all sitting on top of my mountain right now, looking at me, helping me grow my confidence in being an expressive arts facilitator. So thank you all for being on top of that mountain today and the gift that you are giving me. I just wanted to share that really quick. It was really fun watching Helen, Michelle, and Colleen build your mountains. So thank you for allowing me to witness that also. Okay. Yes, thank you for letting me share that. So I guess the next thing I'm curious about is if anyone would like to kind of share the process of building your mountain, and if you could show it to us. For example, I saw Helen kind of moving things around and draping things. And so if you decided to build a mountain with tangible things in your house, I'm really curious as to how and why you selected some of those things, or the meaning behind it. And if anyone's open to sharing, I invite that right now.
Yeah, I'd like to share.
Yes, Abigail, please.
So my prompt when you asked like about our mountain, I wrote about a mountain of resilience. And as far as the materials, I got everything. But I ended up leaning more toward my stack of books that I had brought over. So I'm gonna turn my camera over to show.
Great.
So it's like I have a lot of art and self-help books, but I started thinking about like what books I was using more as my foundation. And this wasn't all that I had. It was mostly just like the base. And so it felt incomplete at that point. And I started thinking about all the journals that I had tucked away of all my writings and the things that come out of me after I read that I just had tucked away. I haven't been writing in a while or really reading back on those things. And so I ran to go grab them and made up like the sides and like made it higher. And then it looked more of like my mountain at that point. And it felt more like me, like more, whole. I really enjoyed doing this exercise. I think it was like a good way of kind of looking up the mosaic of a person that I've kind of been making, in mountain form.
I noticed that you used the word foundation and then you built on it. And the word incomplete too were words that really stuck out to me. So you built a foundation, felt incomplete, and then kept going from there. And I guess my curiosity is, did the books that you used for the foundation, like their titles or their meaning, like did you layer them according to some kind of a meaning or anything? Does it make sense what I'm asking?
Yeah. Like it was a little tough. I started really thinking about like each book, like what does it bring me, and where do I want like my foundation of I guess where my priorities go, like where do I want to put more of my energy toward learning and growing, what's more important to me. And it's a little hard. I'm like, whoa, there's a lot of tangents to me as a person, and they are all really important to me. But then I also think about like, well, if my foundation is keeping me more solid and more grounded, all these other things that I'm stacking on top that are kind of more, I guess, extra, or just bonuses to like getting to have in my life, it'll come easier, I guess, or at least it my hope is to have more of like that consistency, less of that burnout when I'm trying to achieve all the things. Mhm.
Thank you so much for sharing, Abigail. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. I see something in the chat. Yeah. Maria says she likes that idea of keeping it all weekend to reflect. And she's going to put her flip book in her purse. This is very cool. Leave the mountain up for a while. So yes, Colleen.
I'll go real fast because
Yeah. Sure.
I keep seeing more and more things in it. Now, how do I get that up to you? How come there it goes. Okay.
There we go. Yes, we see it. Great. Wow. Wow.
The
Okay.
more I look at it, and I haven't even had time to really reflect on it, but I'm just learning so much from it. I did it with newspaper and glue stick because I just thought it'd be fast. It's very easy to work with newspaper because it sticks so well. The big black of the mountain really was the first thing that attracted me. It's just awesome and overwhelming to me. And then at the bottom, all the spikiness that represented mountains to me also was the sharpness and the painfulness of going up a mountain. So this is a very negative thing for me, but then a lot of positives came out of it. So the person at the top was supposedly me on the side, having accomplished a certain amount up the mountain, but very much off the side. And I think, and it's now that I see that me, I guess I would say me, is looking away from the mountain too. So I know I have denied this mountain for a long time. And but the pattern underneath her is that that's a little bit easier to get through. So that's the next thing that she has to go through. Or I shouldn't say she, I should say I, because then I get more out of it. And then the sharp mountains at the bottom, I realized that was just getting to the big mountain. That was the hardest part for me because I am on the mountain now and I'm working on the mountain. But the hardest part in looking in retrospect was just starting, just getting there. There was so much pre-mountain that kept me from even getting to the mountain. So that was something that I just saw as I put that down. And and then all the numbers and behind that is the fact that this big mountain that I'm working on now has to do with numbers and my left brain, which I just have, is not the easiest part of me to work with and work problems out. So that's in the background, and that's actually what the mountain is all about, is these numbers. So as we were going through it at the end of this session that we were having, I saw that the middle of this whole thing is this person in the computer. And that represents, again, my left brain, and it represents the, just something that I'm trying to use to solve that mountain, to solve that problem. And I've totally forgotten to use my, the other side of my brain, the more creative and the more intuitive, and to use that part of me. So I thought, oh, what is that representing me right in the middle? That's not really who I am. And well, I guess it is who I am, but I need to use the other side of my brain right now, be more creative and forget about all those numbers. Just dive in with more emotion and creativity.
Thank you for sharing, Colleen. Thank you. So next, we're gonna move forward here. I'm gonna try to use technology again, right? That's always fun. Let's see if I can get this up. Basic. Yes, let's do basic. Basic technology is good for me. All right. Can you all see that prompt there? The I am poem prompt?
We
Yes.
can see it. Yep.
I did. Woohoo! I used technology. This is an I am prompt poem, and I invite you to begin the first line of I am and whatever you deemed your mountain to be today as the first line, and then to continue each line in the theme of that mountain and where you are at today. Let's aim for 7 minutes, which will take us to 11:20, and then we'll make a collective poem together at the end to close the session. So I invite you to do that now. So we are going to make a collective poem with what we've written here as a way to close. I do think we have a few minutes or a little bit of time if anyone is burning or itching to share their full poem. I invite a volunteer to do so. And if not, that's okay. I'll give it a little bit to see if we have anyone. Michelle shared her poem in the chat. Is there anyone who would like to read her poem out loud, or we could just leave it up there to read for a moment? Michelle, would you like it to be read out loud so that you can hear it, or would you like it just? Sure, okay. I'm going to read Michelle's poem really quickly then. I am stronger than I think. I wonder if I will have another heart attack. I hear nature sounds. I see beautiful aesthetics around me. I want to be fully healed. I am me. I pretend to be okay. I feel okay. I touch texture things. I worry all the time. I cry a lot. I'm okay. I understand it's part of life's process. I say positive things. I dream negative thoughts. I try to be my best each day. I hope for a positive future. I am strong, resilient, and loved. Thank you, Michelle, for sharing that. We could do one more if anyone wants to share the whole poem. In the meantime, when you look at your poem, I invite you to maybe pull out 1 or 2 lines that are just the strongest, most impactful for you, or just resonate with you the most for whatever reason, 1 or 2. And if we can not put anything else in the chat other than the 1 line or 2 lines that we are selecting from our poem, so that we can make one collective poem from everybody who is here in the Zoom room today. And when you have those 1 or 2 lines, go ahead and just pop them in the chat and we'll start putting the poem together. Does that make sense what I'm asking? Yes, okay. while you are all putting that in the chat, I am going to be copying and pasting and making it one poem. Okay. I'm going to assume that we have all of them in there. Somebody stat me if not. I'm gonna post our whole poem as one in the chat right now. Okay. Would anyone like to read it out loud for us? If not, I'm happy to do so, but I would like to invite somebody to share the feeling of it.
I would like to read it.
Yeah, thank you. Please.
Great. Okay. I
Take your time.
understand that it takes work. I want peace, justice, and love for everyone. I hear the whisper of love. I see evidence. I touch the feathers of lightness, of being. I try to be a good person. I am her mom. I nurture myself. I am love. I pretend to be okay. I am strong, resilient, and loved. I want to share with them all that's been done. I am not one to ruin the fun. I see attentive care and protectiveness. I understand that we all belong. I try to extend love to everyone, including myself. I am here on my mountain of wholeness, creating for love in places it can take root and flourish. I cry for strength. I am resilience.
Wow. Okay. Wow. I thank you, everyone. I noticed how many times the word love comes up in there. Any quick reflections? Anything to say before we are on our way? I'm going to post the poem one more time in the chat with the last lines that were not there before, just in case you want to copy and paste it as one and keep our poem today, to keep it with you, because that's a little bit of all of us, a little bit of each of our mountains there together as one. So it's like that. I visualize like the horizon, and all of our mountains are there together today, connecting, creating community here, sharing the love, all the love that's coming up in our poem. Thank you all for doing this. Yeah. Michelle says common themes, no matter what we all go through. Amy, thank you. Yeah, thank you all for this experience.
Thank you, Allison. I am going to quick share my screen with some closing slides. It's gratitude for leading us through such a creative and mountain building session. I'm seeing so much gratitude in the chat. Thank you all for joining us today, especially on a Saturday. I know we've been not always having hope on Saturdays, so I'm glad we were able to do this session today and have you all join us. I do want to also extend our appreciation for the support we have for the Hope series from the Los Angeles Department of Arts and Culture. We did just get that grant renewed, and so we're very excited to be able to continue Hope. Please be on the lookout for a follow-up email that you'll receive today. The survey I just put in the chat, but you'll also have it in your email. So it's really helpful for us to get your feedback on the session, on what you want to see in the future. We do read it and really use it as we're planning. And so I always appreciate the survey responses. And also want to just share our upcoming Hope. Our sessions are on the website. And so we have August, September, and October are scheduled, and they are a wide variety of facilitators and topics. And I'm excited for these next few months of Hope. And then also just a note that I am exercise as that was part of today is from our social emotional arts trainings. And so the shoestring training is coming up in August, as well as our full certificate program. So that information is here. And if you have questions or are wondering about like scholarships or financial assistance for those, please feel free to reach out, and I'm happy to connect you with our programs manager who can help with that. We also have Beat the Odds and Dance for All, two of our core training programs. So again, thank you all for being here. Really, really appreciate your attendance and just support of this series. And again, thank you so much, Allison.
Thank you.